But I don't hear Hasan saying that.
No, all they have to hear is that, hey, if you previously went on these night raids, you are justified as a valid target.
Yep. But that's not what he's saying.
That is literally what he's saying, but okay.
We have already agreed that's not what he's saying. I don't think there's any reasonable interpretation where you could think he's saying this.
That's literally what he's saying. That's literally what he's saying. That's literally what he's saying.
We can agree, you and me, that he isn't saying this, while also agreeing, or we don't agree.
You know what's the problem here? The problem is that, like, no one ever zooms out and look at the holistic narrative that's going on, right? Is the general rhetoric towards Sjtlk negative or positive? Negative? Okay, gotcha. Glad you can recognize that. Does Hasan justify physical violence and resistance against such people? Yes? Okay, glad we can agree. Great. That's it. That's the entire fucking conversation, okay? But instead, the reason why Jstlk has to go to these specific points and has to bring up, like, very specific things is because, yeah, can you bring up the quote here? Did Hasan say that? I mean, I'm pretty sure Hasan actually, disavows that. Yeah, okay.
While also making the statement that people listening to this message can take away the opinion that she is on the same moral footing as the people who are currently engaged in it, or a similar moral footing.
And literally everything before that clip, as we've already agreed, is talking about your need to be in these places, engaging in this actively.
Just to be clear, you think it's ridiculous for me to believe that Hasan's audience is primed and ready to go to believe that somebody who he's referred to as a propagandist, a genocidal propagandist, would be available for or morally justified in being a target of violence.
Okay, do I have evidence of this?
One of his close friends on stream that he refuses to condemn believes that propagandists who are pro-Israel
he won't condemn one of his friends
violence.
Who has called for that violence. Yes, and he hasn't condemned that actively.
And you think it's ridiculous for me to believe that there's people in his audience that are primed to view Sjtlk as a propagandist who is justified for violence? You believe
based on
that
statement? Yes, I believe anybody who's already there, who's already a Samson fan, who's already primed in this way, would already know that she's gone on these night raids, and would either already think that, or this wouldn't change their opinion significantly.
Because I don't. How are you not able to conceptualize this? It's not whether or not they know that he went on the night raids. It's whether or not they believe that having previously been on the night raids warrants X treatment. And his argument is that X treatment is getting closer and closer to active military members.
So you think, unintentionally, he's convinced a bunch of people that all former active military members of the Israeli government who have gone on any raid.
No, I mean, egghead, like I said before, right? Like, the thing is that, like, Jstlk is 100%, like, he, in my opinion, at the very least, 100%, I think that he knows that he's wrong. 100%. Almost 100%. Right? He's just trying to find a new grift now because he can't leech off of Destiny anymore. So instead, what he's trying to do is get that fucking Hasan promo. I think that's what's going on, okay? Like 100%, it's so blatantly, it's so fucking blatantly like bad faith that there is no other conclusion than to do this, right? It's just like how he got the fucking Destiny promo, right? He wants the Hasan promo, right? Does that make sense? Yeah.
Into the West Bank or the Gaza Strip are culpable and can be targeted now. You think he's convinced a significant portion of his audience of this?
What, from
you
the
have
statement?
To say yes to that.
No, I don't.
You have to say yes to that. Yes, you have to. That has to be your opinion. That's what you've been arguing the whole time.
Explain how I would have to say yes to this. All I'm stating is that it is reasonably interpretable that that would be a consequence of it. That's it. You understand that me and you could call for somebody to die in this call.
We're disagreeing on what's reasonably interpretable.
Excuse me. You understand me and you could call for somebody to be killed right now on this stream. And at the end of the day, if nobody...
It's part of the anti-Destiny jerk? Nah, no. I think, dude, I mean, maybe we'll agree to disagree, but, like, the thing is, I just think it's just beyond the pale, in my opinion, at this point. And I think that granting them anything else, like granting them any kind of good faith, they'll twist it and turn it, okay? But yeah.
Nobody in our audience cared to take us up on it. That wouldn't change that.
But you can't show an example of somebody in this audience committing that level of violence.
And that is my argument. My argument has nothing to do with actually whether or not somebody will do it, right? That's not my argument. It's whether or not it's reasonably interpretable that people would justify violence against them. And it 100% is.
I totally disagree on this. And I think this framing is like totally broken. Right? I think there's no evidence that somebody in Hasan's audience has done violence, right? I think there's no evidence of that. I don't even think there's evidence that they have a propensity for violence. Okay?
I mean, I think that's ridiculous when his friend literally is justifying political violence against like everybody.
Okay. I'm loving that. So no, I don't want to go to the topic that I sent you the DM about, but fuck me.
Well, no, because it's going to be different because again, it's about specifically condemning this specific action. And I would stand on that no matter what. It's about condemning this specific thing. He can have Noah Samson on as long as he says, hey, bro, it's very convincing. Hey, bro, that shit cannot fly. If you say shit like that, no, you're fucking, I'm gonna fucking make fun of you. I'm going to do all this different shit. I'm going to say how retarded you are. You cannot say shit like that. I'm not going to let that slide. If he did that shit when he had him on, then we're chill. But he doesn't. In fact, he ignores it.
Okay. So he's totally culpable for that opinion. And his audience.
No, I hate this extreme that you keep doing. I'm not saying that Hasan might as well have done it. What I'm saying is that there's a clear precedent in Hasan's community that it is okay to justify political violence against people who are pro-genocide. Do you disagree with that?
Yes.
There's a clear precedent.
It's okay, Egghead. Okay? I still love you, no matter what, okay, Egghead? You're like my favorite Jew. Alright, hard J.
There's a clear precedent, as in there's one case of somebody there saying that political violence would be okay. Like, that is the precedent.
His friend he has on stream, bro. What?
Yes.
His literal
I'm
friend.
asking you about levels. So you said precedent. Sorry, I was going to disagree if it was
Ah.
broad. I was just going to disagree on whether or not it was broad. I think there are a lot of people who watch these streams and have no inkling towards political violence, that do not believe political violence is justified. And I was going to say I would need evidence that they actually support this. And if you want me to say yes, okay, I do think that they support political violence.
Even if you support political violence against people who support who are.
What kind of bug zapper you got? It's a blue light electric one. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know what else to call it. It's just like a fucking blue light, fucking box shaped. Okay, good luck.
Randomly pro-Israel because they just call anybody pro-Israel.
I have too many moths, dude. You're lucky you even get moths. Okay, I think moths are friendly. Okay, moths are like some of the most passive, like one of the most passive, like insects. Okay. All right. Imagine we got mosquitoes or flies. Ew, gross. Or gnats.
They want, right? Whoever is pro-genocide, that political violence against them is justified and even fine enough to be able to allow you to get on his stream without a word of condemnation.
Sentient pest begs to differ.
And have him cherish you in your opinion on Israel-Palestine.
I think the opinion of Israel-Palestine is a little disconnected, but I think
no, it's a part of it.
He should be absolutely disavowing like Noah Samson's calls to violence, 100%. But
his opinions on Israel-Palestine is a part of the reason why he's making these calls to violence.
Sure. Wait, but what do you hold on. What do you disagree on? What do you disagree on?
What do you think Hasan's audience downloads into the...
Here's a fantastic... No, there's a big disconnect, okay? You can have an opinion on the state of Israel-Palestine and have a different opinion entirely on what the reaction to that should be, right? Those are totally distinct. We'd agree on that, yes?
Is that what you do? Oh.
Wait, you can have an opinion on Israel-Palestine and have an opinion on how it should be handled
versus prescription.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so descriptively, what does Hasan disagree with Noah Samson on? It's only on the prescriptive side where he disagrees, right? If he doesn't want political violence. So what I'm saying is he can agree with the descriptions that they give of the situation in Gaza, right? But their prescriptions are different. I've seen no evidence that Hasan's prescription is violence for people. For like these people, right? And the evidence you have is saying, well, actually, because he agrees with the description for Noah Samson and Bad Banana, he agrees with their prescription.
What about him not condemning the kidnappings of the people on the boats?
I don't know. Blue light grows a moth. It does. There's a moth sitting in the fucking thing right now. Although I feel bad for moths, okay? Because they're so harmless. So, I feel bad for them.
Yeah, that's fucking retarded. I absolutely hate that.
Wait,
that's
that's
worst part of that entire debate.
That literally
that's absolutely the worst part of the debate.
No? Wait, just to be clear, that does away with
okay, sorry. Political violence. No. But political violence in this part of the world, you don't have the ability to influence.
Wait, do you think Hasan would say that if America sent boats?
Bro, dude, can you imagine going out and like having some kind of like Can you imagine going out and having some kind of like fucking fashion statement with like fucking moth-eaten clothing? Just me? Okay.
To Israel, that it's... Wait, aren't there American boats that have been stopped by the Houthis?
Ahrelevant, obliterate Jstlk, very embarrassing. Nah, yeah. Ahrelevant. I think, yeah. Hey, you're Queen Bee, aren't you? Wait, are you watching this right now with the other two?
Stopped? I don't know. I don't think so. Definitely not American natives. They've been shot at.
Let's just assume a hypothetical. You're saying Hasan would condemn the Houthis stopping an American vessel to Israel?
No. This is probably the best example that you have, and this is one that I disagreed with. I don't know if you remember that deer guy, the deer avatar who came out and argued. You remember that guy? That is like I don't know how you can get away with not just disavowing. To me, you don't even have to disavow the Houthis, right? You just disavow them capturing the civilians. Yeah, that's absolutely disgusting.
I don't know a deer guy. I don't know who this is. I don't know what that is.
But like, It was some guy. It was some dude who was arguing that you're justified in capturing those people. We both argued with the same guy. Do you remember this?
Oh, I think
he's like a crazy dude. Yeah, he's like out of his mind.
Yeah, but no, the issue is that guy came from the same web of thought or thinking that Hasan is, where it's justified no matter what, as long as it's anti or it's pro resistance, right?
Yeah.
This is literally what I said immediately after Hasan made the argument that it's okay, or well, he didn't contend the argument. He didn't push back or make an argument against the kidnapping.
This is probably, in my opinion, the best example of this. Yes, I think this is the best example of this.
Okay, but no, that is the argument. If it's okay to and justified to kidnap civilians for these things, if you have your friend who's coming on stream who says that political violence against fucking content creators who he labels as propagandists, which is all of them.
I don't think. Sorry, this Noah Samsen thing doesn't connect to me whatsoever. But if you want to make it from the argument that he refused to disavow the Houthis' actions in terms of capturing civilians, I absolutely make it about that, and I totally cook with that.
He thinks Noah Samsen has a good opinion on Israel-Palestine, and a part of Noah Samsen's opinion on Israel-Palestine is that all of these different people.
You agree with somebody's descriptive statements without agreeing with their prescriptions? Can you agree with the descriptions without agreeing with their prescriptions?
Let me ask you a separate question. It was what I was going to ask earlier. What do you think people inside of Hasan's audience believe after they see somebody like Noah Samsen make that statement and then get consistent praise from Hasan and even getting invited to his house? What do you think their opinion is on political violence after that?
I don't know if they connect that. Do you think that their thoughts are, well, the thing I know Noah Samsen for is that he offers to kill people, or he's encouraging us to kill people. So Hasan having him over, that means Hasan wants to kill people. You think there's a lot of people who have that opinion?
Wait, what?
I promise you there's a fair number of people who know that Noah Samsen made either that claim or claims similar to that. And they see him getting put up there. They just think, yeah, I mean, this is good resistance. This is good Palestinian resistance. Absolutely. 100%. And even beyond that, you see Bad Empanada saying that the CPS calls were fucking based. You see Bad Empanada talking about the fucking skulls being funny. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Did Bad Empanada, was he not the one who made the shirts making fun of the situation? Or was it somebody else? Okay, no, so when you see somebody like that making shirts and laughing at literally harassing this dude's kids, and then another person who is fucking pro political violence, when you see all of this happen on his stream, and then you see him in no real measure condemning the kidnapping of civilians or the raping of the people on
What's
October 7th,
Hasan's position on the CPS calls?
What do you think their opinion is?
Can you tell me what Hasan's position on the CPS calls is?
Huh?
Can you tell me what Hasan's position on the CPS call is?
I've heard him say something like oh that's not cool. No, don't do that.
Totally disavowed it. So that's insane. Ethan's a good dad. Don't fuck with him. That's fucking crazy, right?
Yeah, because he frankly, if he actually believed that, why hasn't he condemned Bad Empanada for doing it?
I would just say that when he does actually condemn things, right? Everybody's still going to attribute all of these things to him anyway, like you just did. You just assume all of those opinions.
No. The reason why is because
there is no way for him to get out of it.
Hold on. No.
You literally have said on this call that there's nothing Hasan could do to change your opinion of him.
You're allowing him to be a rat. That's the reason why. Is Hasan?
You've already said on this call.
No, that's not true. Hasan can do a number of things to change my opinion of him, right? He could say, yeah, it's actually really irresponsible of me to have like the fucking orbiters, like a lot of my orbiters like say really fucking unhinged shit about Ethan all the time. And yeah, I don't want to associate with Bad Empanada anymore. And I do actually think the rapes happened. And, you know, I think the entire time when I coverage like Israel versus Palestine, I think I was like fucking scuffed on that, right? From now on, I'm going to do better. And from now on, I'm going to do my research. Absolute cinema, okay?
There's nothing Hasan could do that would change your opinion of him. Why does he have to start going after the people who are actually attacking the people who are unhinged towards him?
Ask a couple of questions and I answered. Is Hasan a socialist, like he says, or is Hasan a Sokdem, like he says? Which one? He says he's both. Which one is he?
Are those mutually exclusive? Is Sokdem not just in like a category of socialist?
Sokdem is not a socialist. Sokdem is not.
Sokdem is not a subcategory of socialism.
No, it is not.
What does the SOC stand for?
A social democrat.
Oh, okay. All right. I think.
What? Wait, Jstlk doesn't even know that Sokdem is not socialist? Wait, he doesn't even know that? Why the fuck is he giving his fucking opinion on anything? Well, why the fuck is he even like trying to talk about anything in the fucking first place? Dude, fuck me, dude. Oh, God. I wish I had the fucking Dunning-Kruger to actually comment on issues like this.
I think Hasan's beliefs are, for me, difficult to determine. I lean towards socialist, though.
Okay, because when he's on NPR and he's like, yeah, I'm just like a liberal, Sokdem, like whatever guy who just believes in healthcare, and then on his stream...
No, I think he knows. Because if he's been in Destiny's audience for like many years, I think at this point, yeah, there's a reasonable expectation for him to know. So yeah, you know what? I will say that yeah, he is being baffled here, based.
He's like, yeah, you know what? I'm a socialist, or even plays with communism. You understand in one of those situations he's lying, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so we've established, hold on, you can't just yap that. We've established he lies in moments to make himself look better, correct?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't change their opinions like this?
Can you
Who
give me a
doesn't?
moment?
Holy fucking projection, I guess. I mean, maybe you lie in the moment to make yourself look better, but I don't know, man. I don't. Nobody else does in this space. Usually, it's really looked down on for somebody to do something like this. I mean, holy fucking projection, I guess. I mean, if you do something like that, I mean, that's just you, man. Listen, you lie in the moment to make yourself look better. Okay, fine. You know, you do you. Okay, no one's making you do your commentary any different. Okay, but the reality of the situation is that you are fucking. You're a fucking retard. Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Change their opinions.
To like look better?
Who doesn't
about my
okay,
underlying political opinion?
I'm asking you that if you think you're somewhere between socialist and SOCDEM, and you're not really that well read,
right.
if you say socialist in the place where you're closer to socialist, and SOCDEM in the place where you're closer to SOCDEM, is that not something people do?
You understand that literally on his stream he has shit on SOCDEMs, right?
You cut out. Liberals are people
on
I
his
think you
stream
shit on.
he has shit on SOCDEMs. On his stream he has done it.
So if he's shitting on SOCDEMs and then going on NPR and calling himself a SOCDEM, I'd be like, oh yeah, he's fucking retarded.
No, it's not retarded. It's a malicious lie.
Hold on. Do I think that can't be trusted? Sorry, that's a high-level political position. Do I think that means that when he states his opinion on an event that he's always lying? No.
I never said when he states his opinion on things he's always lying. What I'm saying is I'm just building a very simple
what are you saying?
assessment. It's that in moments he will lie about his political opinions in order to benefit him and then take every single action in the opposite. So he says things like, oh yeah, don't call CPS. But then he has on the principal CPS endorser on his stream consistently who's selling merch about the fucking CPS call. Yes. So he doesn't care about the CPS call. That is my argument.
Bad Empanada? And just can we confirm, has Bad Empanada been on Hasan's stream?
I don't know. I don't know if he's been on.
Technically not, but everything Hasan does is promoting Bad Empanada, even though he says he's insane. He has went back on his word multiple times. He has appeared with Bad Empanada on stream before, on Noah Samson's stream, in which we can reasonably infer that Hasan's most devoted fans would watch him on Noah Samson's stream, get the idea about them being associated together, and you would have to concede as well that having any kind of conversation does not mean that you're associating with them, right? Like, for example, if Hasan has a conversation with P. Diddy, okay, all right, just hypothetically speaking, okay, even if it's not on his stream, do you think that maybe that looks a little bad?
On his stream. I mean to say he does streams with him and endorses him.
Do you see that, like, my basic thing here is I just try to figure out what's actually true about Hasan, and you say all of these things, and I have to slowly, like...
Is Rel disappointing us more? No. Rel's doing fine. He's doing a good job. All right? I mean, like, there are some critiques in which I would say, like, I wish Rel would push him on a little bit more, in my opinion. No, sorry, not push him on, but, like, call Hasan out. I think for really fucking obvious bullshit that he's... not Hasan, like, Jstlk out for really fucking... obvious bullshit that he's like avoiding everything on, but yeah.
Like walk back these things for you, right? But you're totally fine saying all of these things. You said it now like 3 times. I actually don't know if Bad Empanada was on the stream, but you're just going off about it.
I haven't said a single lie. You could say I misspoke, but I haven't said a single lie.
You misspoke 3 times in a row in the exact same way?
Yeah, about Bad Empanada shit. Yeah, no, I don't think that is an insane misspeak to say that Bad Empanada was on a stream versus he was on a stream voluntarily with Bad Empanada signal boosting him, and he has signal boosted Bad Empanada on his stream, and he has played multiple Bad Empanada videos on his stream. I don't think that like distinction is like super
without
huge.
criticizing them for some of their extreme opinions. Do you think that's you endorsing them? You endorse that opinion entirely?
Say again?
So you think if you go on some other creator's stream, right, and they have really negative opinions out there all over the world, you think that actually when you do that, you're endorsing them. You're endorsing their opinions, their crazy opinions.
No, what I would say is when you have somebody on your stream who has really negative opinions that you've been
on your stream. Hold on, not on your stream. Not on your stream.
Yeah, not even you're on the stream. Well, no, I mean he's endorsing them on his stream. When people are brought up with like if somebody is on my stream or I endorse them on my stream and somebody brings up some kind of behavior that they have done, some actions that they have done, if I refuse to condemn them for those actions when the evidence has been presented before me, then yeah, I am endorsing or co-signing on that not being a big deal or not being worthy of note. Yeah, 100%. You can't get linked to clips showing like, oh yeah, hey, here's this guy doing this horrible thing that you claim to care about.
Wait, did he get linked the clip while the guy was on the stream? Or are we just going back to knowing that?
I just we're getting views for playing Borderlands 2. I like how Jstlk has provided me with the perfect excuse to be extremely lazy with my commentary, because if I don't if I don't say anything, then in a way, okay, I'm making him mad, okay, which is completely justified and morally right to do, okay.
No, I don't. I imagine you would instantly get banned if you tried to do that, which is further evidence for my argument. If you want to try, I can guarantee you'll instantly get banned.
So you think if you sent Hasan a clip of Bad Empanada saying something unhinged, you get instantly banned?
100%, without a doubt, yeah.
Okay.
Without a doubt. Because even if it was in context, he'd say it's out of context, or I don't care, you're an H3 fucking fan, or...
Nice. Queenman live rated with 139 viewers. Very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Queenman, for rating Jstlk. Thank you. Thank you to show... Thank you. Okay, thank you for displaying that, your full endorsement and your support is still unshakable. All right, very nice. Okay, thank you.
You like Destiny, and he just banned you. 100%.
Okay. All right.
Can you give me a time in which he has looked at a clip critically of one of his friends, and in any moment, like ever?
Clip?
By the way, they're totally separate content creators, by the way. They're totally, completely differential, by the way. Totally don't know where to draw the line, by the way, okay, in terms of defensive doxing. All right, but
critically.
Very cool.
I don't know what's been linked to him,
Awesome.
and I can't tell you. I don't watch enough of him. I haven't seen it. I do think he covers for his friends as an instinct, yes. But I don't know if him and Bad Empanada are, like, technically friends.
He's 100%.
Okay.
Do you think he just has random people that he endorses and watches his videos of and then says that, like, they make very good videos? Do you think he just does that randomly?
No.
Okay. I would 100% call them friends. He doesn't do this with, like, random
Hasan said he'd never platform Bad Empanada until Bad Empanada started doing terrible shit to Ethan. That's not true. I think he actually watched some of his Israel-Palestine stuff before platforming any of the Ethan stuff, right? And he started doing it because he liked his video essays, and he didn't want to, and he explicitly said, I'm just responding to this chat, and he explicitly said, I can condone his Israel essays and nothing else about him. Now, is there a reason that after a year and a half of having this drama cycle with Ethan, that he might actually start going and re-platforming some of Bad Empanada shit, where he feels like Ethan's now basically calling me, Ethan's now basically calling me a pedophile? Okay, yeah, I'll go with some of these other things. Yeah, I'll run with some of the Bad Empanada stuff. Yeah, I understand why people would start moving positions on that. I'm empathetic to it, at least.
Wait, didn't I don't even know anything about the alleged pedophile thing, but didn't that only happen, like, yesterday?
Oh.
It did. I'm saying that, like, the places it has gone to, obviously there are a lot of people talking shit about Hasan, right? People that Ethan platforms. Let's go with Dan Saltman. Yeah. Literally, we got the redact button on Ethan's shit.
But I mean, I would say most of what Dan Saltman
it is just consistently escalating back and forth, right? Do you disagree that it's like consistently escalating back and forth?
Yeah, but like one of the sides is way more consistently correct and based in reality, and the other one is like just throwing like CPS calls and shit like that. You could say escalating, but
wait, hold on.
See, I'm not even sure I would agree with that.
You're doing like CPS calls. I'm telling you, like, the leaders of the Ethan side are outright lying. Dan is literally an associate of Ethan. He is outright lying about his son.
I don't disagree that he's an associate. I think at worst, this is him misunderstanding what happened. I don't think this is a lie.
You don't think Dan is lying right now?
No, it is my opinion that I believe Dan actually believes this is a call to attack Ela. I don't believe
I've literally gone through and explained to him how he's lying. I posted the clip. He responded, no. Here's the quote where he says,
lying is when they don't agree with me, okay? His definition of lying is if they don't agree with me on my incredible bad faith representation of things, then they're lying, okay? Good one, Jstlk.
decline.
Yeah, so would that be evidence that he believes that it is a direct call to violence on Ethan Klein and that he's not?
Wait, you understand? Hold on, we have to actually cook now on the Dan side of things. You understand Dan's gone on multiple podcasts, including to you directly, and talked about how he just lies because he'll lie to get whatever goal he wants, right?
Are you talking about the clip that, like,
yes,
was
I'm also talking about when he went on a clip.
Okay,
I'm talking about how he
also
pulled it back. He pulled it back eventually. Okay, but he went on a podcast with Techtone and Noxtaku and I think one other person, I can't remember who. Okay, and he said, yes, you should just lie about these people. They'll lie about you. Just lie about these people. We're just lying now.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen that. If I saw that, I would condemn that. I don't think that's good. I don't think we should be lying. I don't think
No,
we have
obviously
to lie.
obviously it's not good to lie. Thank you. I didn't need that from you. I understand that you think it's not good to lie. I'm telling you that Dan is lying here.
But you see how little effort that takes, in not just when people are calling to violence.
Wait,
for
actually,
like,
lying's bad. Lying's super bad. I'm sorry. You're right. That took a lot
No,
of
no,
out
no.
of me.
But no, you're not making a
happening?
connection. I'm not connecting to you. I'm connecting to Hasan. Why doesn't Hasan do what I just did?
To say lying is bad?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
You want hold on.
Noah
You want
Samson
Hasan
and about
to
Bad
feel like it's
Empanada.
incumbent on him.
About
Hold on,
Noah
hold on.
Samson
You,
and about
so,
Bad
so
Empanada.
after this,
About Noah Samson and about Bad Empanada.
Sure,
about
sure,
Noah
sure.
Samson and about
So
Bad
he hears this
Empanada.
about people.
Why
He
doesn't
hears
he
this
do
about
what I
people.
just did?
Are
Why
you
doesn't he do
going to
that?
go and see if Dan has done these things where he's gone and said he's going to explicitly lie about people, and then are you going to investigate some?
How like I'm sorry. How could you possibly, okay, like how could you possibly still be on Jstlk's side after this? Like this is unhinged, right?
Of the things he's done to see if he's
Dude.
explicitly lied about people, and then denounce him and the actions he's done to lie about people? We're going to undertake that because we expect it of Hasan, right?
If I would, yeah, I'm going to look for the clip where he said, or I'm going to ask for the clip and look for the clip of him saying that we should lie about these people. I'm going to look for the context, get the context. I'm going to say, yeah, that's not a good thing to do. I'm taking what you're saying at face value. I'll just assume that you're representing it correctly. That is not a good thing to say. I condemn that. The point that I don't know how you didn't see that I was trying to make is there's a reason Hasan doesn't do that. The reason Hasan doesn't do that is because he's fine with it. That's the reason why. If I was Hasan, I would just go, no.
I've been watching every stream since Destiny's Call stream. Love your stream so much. They're so chill and comforting. Love how exposed all these unhinged stalkers. Keep going, DGL. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, dude, I appreciate that comment. Thank you so much, buddy. Here you go. Thank you. Keep watching.
It was clipped out of
Thank you.
context. No matter. It's clipped out of context. You actually,
I
you know
totally
what?
agree with
Actually, wait. You sound like you support Israel. That's kind of weird. You sound like I'm not sure about this. Let's move on to the next topic. Yeah, you do. Let's move on to the next topic. Move on to
And
the
you
next
support
topic.
Israel.
Oh, that's crazy. You're actually a pro-genocide baby killer. Let's move on to the next topic. Like, that's what I would do if I was Hasan. You understand that, right? There is a clear difference because there's a clear difference in goals.
no.
My aim is to be like, yeah, no, that's not a good thing, and be honest about what I believe in. His goal is not. And it's very conveniently when it comes to calls of violence against other creators who are pro-genocide, pro-Israel. It's very convenient. All of a sudden, he can't condemn these people. Weird how he just all of a sudden can't condemn Hamas when it comes to rapes, when his literal co-host is showing him articles saying people were raped. I don't know, man. I just can't do it. Like,
Former
you know,
co-host, yeah.
I don't know, man. I just,
Yeah,
you know,
I
let's
think
talk about
his
something else.
inability to call people out is his biggest weakness. Absolutely.
No, but why can't he call people out? Why?
He's talked about why he doesn't want to call those things out, right?
Why? Yeah, why?
I'm pretty sure he believes that like it doesn't make a difference, that like having uniformity, like literally just refusing to call out those certain actors is like actually helpful. Is actually like, okay, if I so in his opinion, people will try to distract you from the actual genocide going on in Israel by saying condemn Hamas. You have to condemn Hamas right now, right? You have to condemn Hamas. And he says that's a distraction. Don't pay attention to that. You have to keep driving home the point that there's a genocide going on. Make them own the genocide. Make them own the genocide. He thinks he's a propagandist, right? That's how he sees himself.
In the example I'm giving, Ethan already owned the genocide.
Yeah, but Ethan owns the
Is that
genocide with
art?
none of the downstream effects. He doesn't actually call out how Israel has handled shit at all.
Oh, come on, dude. He literally said that Netanyahu was a war criminal and he should be locked up, tried and locked up, and his entire cabinet of war criminals. And including that, he literally says that he acknowledges that Israel is like some kind of apartheid state or some shit, right? Like, dude, how much more? I'm sorry. How much more does Ethan Klein have to concede? Like what a crazy unhinged, like, oh my god, give me a break.
Right?
Yes, he
Like,
does. He literally calls
No.
Netanyahu a genocidal war criminal who should be in prison.
Okay, but you can't just say that's Netanyahu. That's
Thank you. Thank you. Pre-watched, okay? Pre-watched. Thank you.
the entire Israeli population.
Okay.
They're the people who continue to put
No,
that guy
the
in
entire
power.
Israeli population does not belong in prison.
There's
That's a
no,
ridiculous thing to say.
sorry. They want Netanyahu as their prime minister, right?
No, they
like
don't.
there's a
Not
core
every
part of
single
Israel
person in
that
Israel
wants
does
those
not
people
want Netanyahu.
ethnically cleansed. Yes or no?
Say again?
There is a core part.
Kind of, okay? Netanyahu's polls have been up and down, okay? Whenever he declares war, it goes up, okay? Whenever he's winning, it goes up. When October 7th happens, it goes down.
Part of Israel that wants that Gaza Strip ethnically cleansed, right?
Yeah, I would say there's a fair number of people, yeah.
Okay, so like it's not enough to just say, well, Netanyahu. No, there's a lot of people in Israel who have horrifying fucking opinions. And that's the reality we have to reckon with.
So you're telling me,
but Ethan Klein thinks that, I could just denounce Netanyahu and then it's a genocide and nothing else needs to be done.
Wasn't to say, oh yeah, Israel's participating in a genocide, Netanyahu's a war criminal, but also a fair percentage of Israel is pro-genocide.
And they need to reckon with that. Yes, like the country is actually
What do you mean
fundamentally broken
with
right
that?
now.
What reckoning do they need to?
Now, Killer Cows, don't worry about it, okay? Jstlk doesn't believe in collective punishment unless... I'm sorry. Jstlk believes in collective punishment, all right, when it comes to Israelis. But apparently he doesn't care about collective punishment when it comes to anti-fans, okay? Remember, when you're collectively punishing the anti-fans, it's too unfair, okay? You don't know who you might be doxing, all right? When it comes to anything else, all right, like he doesn't care about collective punishment when it comes to Palestinians, okay? But, you know, very cool, Jstlk, thank you.
Reckon with that as in, you actually have to acknowledge it. You have to acknowledge that this country is like okay with doing things that are totally against our values completely.
He is recognizing that. What do you mean?
Collective punishment is a war crime. It's always bad. Yeah, that's probably what Jstlk would say about the anti-fans that watches him, okay? That's probably what he would say about Queema, who just raided him, okay?
That's where the Netanyahu shit comes from. That's where the cabinet comes from.
That's not Netanyahu. It's not the cabinet. It's the country.
No, the argument that the entirety of the country is condemnable of it is no, that's ridiculous.
Okay,
what?
do you think Israel after October 7th has moved further right or further left politically?
Wait,
sorry, more towards
right.
Palestinian liberation or more towards like Palestinian like
further more antagonistic towards the people of Gaza.
Sure. So do we think that the country that already voted Netanyahu's in power, right? Do we think that somebody better or worse than Netanyahu's going to end up? Technically somebody better could end up as the prime minister because of the coalitions and stuff, but I think that the character of the country has shifted rightward, and I think it's continuing to shift rightward. And I think they've absolutely decided, as a country, I think they have a fairly locked in position of like, yeah, we're totally fine with whatever happens to these people. Fuck these people now.
I don't think that is the characteristic.
This stream is better than Darius IRL. Do you know why? It's because I'm playing Borderlands 2 right now, and it's a goated game.
I don't believe that you can characterize the entire population that way. And if you can, then why don't you feel the same way about Gaza?
I do. I've said that explicitly.
Okay,
that
so
those people like that those populations are next to each other.
True,
I advocated that they should be ethnically cleansed before the whole thing happened. I said they should be actually moved out of that area.
Why is Israel then wrong with kicking all of the people in Gaza out? If
you believe the people of Gaza are condemnable because they're literally starving them out. They're literally starting 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 them out, right?
If you believe the entire population of Gaza is condemnable because they certainly now have more antagonistic views towards Israel and would favor an administration that would be actively antagonistic or genocidal towards Israel, then what is your argument against kicking them out?
Imagine
well, originally it would have been that they have no chance militarily against Israel. Israel's total military supremacy over them, right? That's been the argument for years. That you don't need to ethnically cleanse them because you have complete military supremacy? My argument for like, they should be moved out by the international community, just to be
October
clear,
7th,
I'm going to say, my argument for them being ethnically cleansed or forced out before after October 7th, but before Israel's ground operation, was because I was like, oh, Israel's going to genocide these people, like actually now. Right, that's just to be clear. I don't think it was like morally right before the argument.
Your argument is literally both sides want to genocide each other. Your argument is both sides want to genocide each other. Okay.
Yes.
Why should Israel just go like, okay, I'm cool with you being my neighbor?
Because their neighbor is like a quadriplegic. Right? They have all the power in that situation.
Killed, 1,500 or 1,300 people?
Why did they have that? Why did they have the security breach?
Wait, quadriplegic? Like a fucking silverback gorilla? Is that the reference that they're making? Yeah, if you guys don't know like the anti-fans like language in this, like for some reason Queeman, I mean I guess because masculine roid kind of shit, right? But for some reason Queeman has decided to adopt a gorilla as their like fucking spirit stream animal because it's a fucking oonga boonga I hate woman kind of animal, right? I don't fucking know why he did that, but like that's the point, right? And then yeah, now Jstlk has started saying like the fucking silverback gorilla shit now. Quadriplegic, right? Wait, quadriplegic is a fucking gorilla, right? Anyway, sorry, I'm just like autistically fixated on like the language of this space. But, yeah.
Why did it take them so long?
You don't have any function of your 4 limbs. Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, never mind. It's not about the apes.
Because of an intelligence failure, to my knowledge?
Never mind.
Because of an intelligence failure, it took them so long to respond because half of their fucking army was out of, off duty, and they were protesting Netanyahu trying to take over the Supreme Court, right?